Start my recording there.
Danganronpa.
Bloody hell, that's loud in my ears.
Danganronpa.
Oh, it's one of the little sprites walking along the island. Alright, who died? I think the one who's voiced by Millie, and the one who's the child. I think they're the two dead. I mean, the one voiced by Millie may not be dead, but I'm pretty sure she is. Yes. Really warm weather today. Yes. Starting next week, I might try to get the full chapters done in 1 week with the school or daily life, or whatever it's called, for Tuesdays, and then Saturdays, the deadly life. Ding dong dong ding.
A body has been discovered!
You don't say.
Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will
Drinking
begin!
Guinness. Which is like, you know, a brilliant idea for me, of course.
A body
Yep.
has been discovered! Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
2 body discovery announcements in a row. That means the hanged body with a hemp bag on its head. Hyoko's suspended body. Both of these bodies have been discovered at the same time. What is this?
What?
Hyoko, and who the hell is that other one wearing the hemp bag?
Could it be?
Could be 2 victims? But when I was here earlier, I didn't see Hyoko's body. I only saw that hanged body over there. Not even 10 minutes passed. But still, why? What is this? Impossible, 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 impossible. It's impossible for killings to happen on this island.
Shut the hell up!
Shut up, idiot.
This is just...
For now, we should lower that person wearing the hemp bag to the ground. It being like that, it's just too sad.
Yes!
Yes. What about preserving the scene of the crime? Who fucking cares about that? There's a control panel for the battle item within the stage. You can lower the body with that. That one. Fuyuhiko ran over to the wing of the stage and pressed a button on the control panel. With a motorized sound like the growl of a starving beast, the baton lighting slowly descended. When it descended enough for us to reach it, we all worked together to lower the body. Now I'm going to take off the hemp bag, okay? Yep. I figured it'd be her. Even though I expected it, I still didn't want to confront that reality. Under the hemp bag, there was no denying the face I saw belonged to Ibuki. Damn it. It's all my fault. If only I did a better job watching over Ibuki. You're wrong. It's not your fault, Mikan. No matter how we feel, the one at fault is...
What's the matter?
Jeez, it feels like someone died in here or something. So you finally showed up, the root of all evil.
What the heck?
How dare you call your big brother the root of all evil? I even went to the trouble of bringing everyone for you. Bringing everyone? Just based on how he bounces this fan for a minute, it's not too... It's quite weird. Bringing everyone?
Ah!
Ah!
Are you kidding me?
Doesn't seem to be picking up at all, which is good. But what the hell is going on here?
That is...
Ibuki and Hiyoko.
What?
So 2 people have been killed? I'm just gonna check for myself. Give me a second. That didn't tell me much. Hang on, let me try again. I was able to tell, but I can't be heard over this. Just that. Okay, let's see how this all sounds. So 2 people have been killed.
What?
Well there, that's not all. I've also summoned the relatives who are at the hospital. The others?
This is troubling.
Looks like another serious incident occurred while I was unaware.
Damn it!
I can't believe they did such a horrible thing. Seems like my fan's coming through, which is good. Nagato, Akane, are you okay?
Huh?
Of course. What do you mean, of course?
No way!
Are you talking about the despair disease? Jeez, you guys, that stuff is totally over now. Over? Yeah, it's like a board. That silly reason? And now that the killing has started, there's no need to keep that motive going around anymore. Yeah, that despair disease is gone now, so you don't have to worry about it anymore.
What'd you say?
What the heck? That's impossible. How can you spread a disease and cure it so easily? Magic! Who cares about the itty-bitty details? What matters is that it's already been cured. So let's go back to our main topic and proceed as usual.
It's the Monokuma file!
It sounded like the Zelda music when you open a chest.
See ya later!
Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I'll be waiting at the class trial. Do your best to investigate. And he's gone.
This cannot be.
Again. We have to do this again?
Silence.
We have no choice. Like last time, if this means one of us killed these 2,
Let me tell you
then we cannot let
this.
this be. Why do we have to do this? Why does it have to be hot in this country? Why does there have to be no such thing as fucking air conditioning in a house that's been recently built? Sorry, I'm just complaining. Thinking like that won't do anything. We have to do this.
Damn it!
If we don't do anything, we'll all be executed.
What do you yearn for?
My mic is definitely picking up that fan. Abandon your overdependence on complaints this instant. These have no place in this world. Hang on, let me see if I can maybe move it a bit where it's not gonna come through. That's why I hate streaming this summer. Try it there, see how it goes. Summer is awful here, it's too fucking hot all the time. And, why would anything have air conditioning? What's that? A modern house built? Fuck, why would you want air conditioning in, you know, one of the hottest countries on the fucking planet? But what about Nekomaru? What's going to happen to him? Is he not going to participate this time? Is that even allowed? Nekomaru? Huh?
That's weird.
That's strange. I'm crying. What happened to me? Looks like lingering after effects of the despair disease. It's nothing for you to worry about.
Hey.
Are you okay?
Yep.
Fortunately, it seems like I have nothing to worry about.
This is bad.
Since you had the lie disease, your after effects could be lies. Maybe.
Leave it to me.
Please leave Nekomaru to me. Everyone must focus on investigating, so I must do my very best. Alrighty, I'll definitely bring back Nekomaru and win everyone's trust. I shouldn't have the issue anymore with how the PS5 is cooled better. Of having to worry about it overheating like what was happening with the PS4. In fact, it literally caused everything to fuck up with it. I lost all my data. Seems to leave Nekomaru to Monomi. What about guarding this area? Do we still need it?
Damn it.
I'll stay. I still don't feel good yet. It's better if I stay here too, right? I should perform the autopsy again, right?
Damn right.
Then I'll leave that to you. And let's get started so we can end this nightmare for good. That's right, we need to end this. We need to finish this once and for all. I know there's no way we can believe that one of us did this. But for those two's sake, we need to find the truth. And then, we need to end this nightmare once and for all. Investigate.
Huh?
Like, I've been putting up with this for a while.
Hey!
But why is it so damn hot in here? I hate being hot. Is he channeling how I feel right now? It's because your clothes are so smothering. Ugh, I seriously can't stand it. I'll let you guys investigate this place. And so, Kazuichi left the music venue under a cloud of grumbling complaints. But it really is hot. Fucking life is art channeling life right now. In fact, it's swelteringly hot. Why is it this hot? And before that, I need to check the Monokuma file first. There were two victims this time, Miura and Hiyoko Sayonji. Ibuki Miura and Hiyoko Sayonji. Ibuki Miura's cause of death was a crushed windpipe as a result of choking. There are no other external injuries. Hiyoko Sayonji's cause of death was blood loss due to her throat being slit by a sharp-edged tool. It appears her death was instant. What the... is this it? I already knew the cause of death from the beginning, so this isn't going to be a useful clue. It's strange. Why did the killer kill two people? Why not? Huh? I mean, the more people you kill, the more clues you'll leave, right? So I don't think it's really necessary to kill two people and take that kind of risk. I agree with that. And was there a reason that they had to kill two people? A reason for killing two people? Regardless, something like this shouldn't be forgiven, so...
I'll definitely find out.
I'll definitely find the truth behind this case.
I think.
That's what I think. Seriously, I'd really prefer if she had a more confident-sounding catchphrase. Who needs confidence? The shattered remains of a machine are spread all over the floor. That's the cameras.
I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit.
This too must be the
Kazuichi put it in the
will
music
of
venue for
causality.
communication purposes. Why is it destroyed like this? Perhaps criminal psychology is at play here. What do you mean?
Well?
I might watch the VOD afterwards to see how bad the fan was, because I can't tell at the moment. Even if they know they are not being recorded, there is no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera.
Fine.
So that's why they destroyed the camera. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this. Then what was that thing I saw? Yummy Guinness. Oh. Okay, so I can't not leave the stage now. Right, Ibuki. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. What's this on Ibuki's feet? It's blood. I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. It's blood, right? But there shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki if that's the case. This blood belongs to someone else.
Damn right.
Hey Hajime, can I talk to you for a sec? You already discovered the body before you met up with us, right? Yeah, at first I didn't know it was Ibuki because of that hemp bag. But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from that rope.
Like...
Which means Ibuki must have died before Hiyoko was tied up.
well...
That helps. There's no time of death written in the Monokuma file this time. So I wasn't really sure who died first. It's true, their estimated time of death wasn't written in the Monokuma file this time. But I should know when Ibuki died, because because I personally saw it. How'd she climb up there and do that when she had a bag on her head? In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own, so right after that... Wait, hold on. If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible. Because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hyoko's death afterward. 2 different deaths happen at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence. Well, they say there are no coincidences in criminal murder, but it's not true. It's the rope that was tied to the baton lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. From what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But despite the fact that this music venue has a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. Which means, was it obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from there? That means anybody could have obtained this rope, and it means it'd be difficult to use this as a clue. I wonder if that's true. Huh? Oh, I just noticed a little something. Is it okay if I confirm it?
Hey!
Excuse me, Mikan, do you have a moment? What's happened? There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right?
Well,
Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see.
I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself. That was obvious the moment we discovered the body. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself. You're right. Yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. What do you mean it won't be? Then I might as well search another place. Jeez, as usual, I have no idea what he's up to. It's a noose. It's a hemp bag. Ibuki had a hemp bag on her head and was hanging from the ceiling. But why did she have a hemp bag on her head? Wait, what? That hemp bag, upon further inspection, is a Monomi decal on the fabric. It looks like this is not just a normal bag. No, it's the one from the theater, I believe. No, we already looked at her. Candle. Curtain. There's a white curtain hanging at the far side of the stage. This curtain, it's not wide enough, it can't reach from one edge of the stage to the other. It's a pretty shit curtain. It's not really a full-length curtain. This curtain wasn't originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly. It was probably obtained from the furniture section of the supermarket. Oh yeah, see the back of the curtain? It's taped for temporary use. Just like the curtains at the supermarket. So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring that curtain from the supermarket? If they went that far, this is probably something that the killer needed for this crime. Why did they need it? Who knows? Well, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easy. Curtain. The stepladder is tipped over on its side. This must be the stepladder that Ibuki used in the video I saw. Ah, isn't that a blood stain?
see?
Look, there's blood around the left side of the stepladder. As I recall, Ibuki didn't have any external injuries. If that's the case, then it must be Hyoko's blood.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can think of. A bloodstain that probably belongs to Hyoko is on the left side of the stepladder. What does it mean? Pardon me. Let's look at this candle. There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. The dull light in that video must have been coming from this candle. A candle this huge might be perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using a candle, they could have just used a normal stage lighting. Which once again brings me to my point, how did she hang herself? She had a bag on her head and it was pitch black. How was she able to climb the stepladder, put the rope around her neck, and jump? It'd be very difficult. Yuko's body is suspended against the pillar on the side of the stage. She's wrapped against the pillar with duct tape, and she looks like she was forced to stand upright. Damn it! Who did this? According to the Monokuma file, her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding, probably because of the duct tape wrapped around it. But why is Hyoko's kimono like this? Her kimono was all disheveled, also her sash is tied in the front. Did the killer do this too? But when did the killer kill Hyoko? When I first discovered Ibuki's body, I didn't see Hyoko's body here. If that's the case, Hyoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here. Well, no, that's just the time when the body was placed there. She might have been killed earlier. But that was barely 10 minutes. Is it really possible the killer killed Hyoko and taped her up in such a short amount of time? Even if it is possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so. Because the killer must be someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right?
Hey!
God damn it, every time he speaks. Ah, Hajime, do you have a minute? No, you're in the way.
Now.
I don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I really need your help with. Help.
Actually...
If you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside Hyoko's kimono. So I was thinking she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on, don't tell me you want to search... Don't tell me you want me to search inside Hyoko's kimono.
Huh?
Huh? That's exactly it.
Why?
Well, it would have been a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know. Can one of the women do this? Maybe the nurse? Don't mess with me. Are you saying there's no problem with that now that she's dead? Fine, if you don't want to do it, I'll just have to ask someone else.
Hey!
Hey, Akane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Akane, any of the women, again, I think the nurse, just because, you know, she's a nurse.
Hey.
There's something I want you to do for me. It looks like there's something inside Hyoko's kimono, so can you feel around for that?
What?
I don't really understand, but I just gotta check Hyoko's kimono, right?
Thanks.
Thank you, Akane. Helping each other is such a wonderful thing.
Now then.
Let's see. Akane reached through the duct tape, binding Hyoko as she stuck her hand inside her kimono.
That's weird.
Damn it, she's tied up so tight I can't really reach with my hand. Oh wait, hold on.
Yo.
Ah. There's something. Is this what you were looking for? A key! That means there's treasure near here! Is this a key?
Perhaps...
It looks different than the keys to the cottage, so this may be the key to a motel. Key to a motel room, huh?
But...
If a key was so deep inside a kimono that it'd be hard to remove, then it's very unlikely that the killer tampered with this evidence.
Isn't that right?
Because if this is a trap, they would have put it more toward the front of a kimono so we'd notice it easier. Which means we can conclude this is something Hyoko had with her all along. Okay.
Hey.
Ah, also, it's not like I'm adding to that or anything. But it looks like you were curious about the condition of Hyoko's body, right, Hajime? Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true, there are several mysteries regarding her body. Well, just hear me out for a second. Out of all those mysteries, what I think is the strangest is...
See?
the way they wrapped her body with that duct tape. It's almost like they were trying to hide the wound on Hyoko's neck, don't you think? Hide the wound on her neck? I don't really know if that was their true intention, but I guess it's a big help for our investigation. The reason for the low volume of blood is because the duct tape is acting as a compress, right? If her body was left alone after her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. A sea of blood, huh? 2 dead bodies floating in a sea of blood. That's enough to make anybody faint. With her arms crossed and a thoughtful look on her face, Chiaki was silently staring at the stage floor. Did something drop on the floor there? Nothing dropped. It's just dirty. Dirty?
Hey.
See? Take a close look at the floor.
See?
That's blood. If you look closely, you're right. There's a smudge as if something was wiped off. Wait, this isn't something. Is this a bloodstain?
Yep.
Well, a bloodstain isn't strange. Hyoko's neck was slashed not far from here.
But still.
Rather, what's strange is why did the killer try to hide it? Hide it.
So...
If they weren't trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off. The reason the killer wiped off the bloodstain. As long as the body is nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal the crime by wiping off a bloodstain. So what was the killer trying to hide? Smudge on the floor. I think that's it. Oh no, there's a control panel. Oh look, that thing we don't have. This looks like the music venue's AC unit. That's right, you might be able to adjust the hot air in the music venue with this. Alright, let's just mess around with it a little. Like so. It's running as a heater? Over 86 degrees Fahrenheit? Oh god, what's that? Hang on, let me just quickly do conversions. Like, take off 12 and then divide it by 2, so I think it's 74... What was that, like 27? 28? It's hard. Now I know why it's so damn hot. I better turn off the heater for now. That should cool things off a little. Actually, gonna see if I can get a better solution to this heat. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I have no idea how well this will work, but it's worth trying. So, let's see. The only other thing is this button like the control panel. The control panel on the wing of the stage. Seems you can use this control panel to raise and lower the baton lighting on the ceiling. I don't know whether it's baton or baton. I'm gonna go with whichever one I decide to say at the time. In fact, we use this to lower his hanged body. Speaking of the lighting, the video of the music venue I saw. It had a dim candlelight ambience to it, and it didn't look like this lighting was used at all. But why didn't they use this lighting? Was there some reason that would have inconvenienced them? Yeah, probably.
So you have a peer.
I see. So you noticed too. Huh? Noticed? So you didn't notice. Are those eyes just little glass balls? Take a good look at the baton lighting above your head. Have you noticed that a buried item? Look at the baton lighting. Oh, you mean that? Something that looks like bullet paper stuck to the baton lighting. I don't know why I pronounced African the way I did. So you finally noticed. But I can't really see it from here, so I should lower the baton lighting one more time and...
I can see it!
There is no need.
Go, my four dark
Go!
devils
Mirage
of
Golden Hawk!
destruction!
Jump! Now is the time for you to take flight! Ha 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 ha! Feast your eyes upon the brave souls of my four dark davers of destruction! Just fucking chucks it! A hamster launched itself from Gundam's hand and ran up to the baton lighting on the ceiling in a flash. It started running around the stuck slip of paper in rapid circles. And then the paper fluttered downward and was deftly caught by Gundam. Did you see that? Behold the power of the ultimate evil eye wielder. Wow, that is amazing. I've never seen a hamster do tricks. They can do tricks. They're my four dark davers of destruction. Hamsters are merely their temporary form. So what's with that paper?
Fine.
Seems to be some kind of thick paper, though it does not have any special spells scribed onto it.
That was close.
It appears it's nothing useful. Oh, that's what it is. There's no doubt this is some kind of clue. I mean, the fact that it was stuck in a place like that, no matter how we think about it, it's too how we think about it. That... I mean, the fact that it was stuck in a place like that, no matter how we think about it, is too unnatural. Right, okay, now it makes sense when I slow down reading it. I do believe that is everything at this moment. This section. That's just Kyoko's body. Okay, go back here now. Arg. Just got to forward.
Damn right.
Hey, Archmate, take a look at this. What?
Huh?
Look, what's in front of the door? This is a drumstick, right? It looks like it's broken. What happened to it?
Like,
If something like that is in the front, if something like that is in front of the door, you think it might really be a really big clue? Why would this be a clue?
hey,
Remember when we came to the music venue? If it won't open, the only thing we can do is force our way through. I wonder if that's going to be possible. Of the 4 of us, 2 of us are girls, you know. It doesn't matter if you can do it or not, we have to try. Let's go, we'll all chant at the same time. Ready, set, go! After the beaker signal, we charged into the door at full force. The door was locked when we tried to go inside, and the 4 of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found out that this door doesn't have a lock at all. The door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle. If a stick was used at the door to bar the door here, or which would lock the door and keep it from opening, a drumstick could work. I mean, you think this drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that, and would explain how they broke it so easily, because they're not the strongest things. Then, how was the killer able to get out?
huh?
I mean, the music venue doesn't even have windows. This door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't be able to escape outside.
Like,
Maybe the killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. And they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us.
I get it.
Don't they use tricks like that a lot in mystery dramas and stuff? It's possible. We didn't immediately look around or anything, so if that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere.
Damn it.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like you said, that might be possible, but
I've listened to the whole story.
I heard what you two were discussing. Shiaki, that was a kinda cool entrance. One truth will prevail.
Well,
It's Shinji. I've truly forgotten the name of Conan Edogawa's real world, not real world, but actual name from when he's not Conan. I can't neither the Japanese or English name. I can't remember it, and I'm ashamed of it. I mean, I could easily check. I've got it on my shelf. Besides broken drumsticks, I've also discovered something interesting. What is it?
see?
Slime! It's Slimer. Look, there's a weird glob where the right and left door touch, see? You're right. What is this? It looks too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like rubber, but... As she said that, Chiaki bent down, scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. Nom. Why are you putting it in your mouth? It's jellies. Ah, it smells like workshop chemicals. Workshop. And this chewiness. I see, this thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, it was originally a liquid that hardened into this. It might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly in the gaps of the door. What are you talking about? Is this silicone? Just as I thought, it tastes nasty. Chiaki spat the glob out of her mouth and left the area. Besides that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue, right? Semi-transparent glob. Okay. I guess I'll talk to Nagito.
Hajime.
Hajime, this might be impudent of me to ask, but will you listen to what I have to say?
Hey,
Hajime, honest to God, truly captures how I feel whenever I speak to Nagito. I heard that you witnessed the incident from the very beginning, right? So what? Can you provide me with the summary of the incident? Dark, then light, then girl, then stepladder, then girl climbs stepladder, then put noose around neck, then dark again. I need to reach the truth behind this evidence. Incident, for the sake of dedicating my body to an even greater hope. No.
well,
Why? Don't make me repeat myself. No. So just wants to confuse us. There's no way I'm going to tell him what he wants to know.
how unfortunate.
Let me see. That's disappointing. God, I love Guinness. Had a hankering for it the other day. Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling well? Huh? Yeah, I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking.
That's weird.
It's weird. There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. It'd probably go away if I battled a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here. Nekomaru will definitely come back. You're right. storage room. Haha! Did you direct your gaze to the brave statue of my 4 dark davers of destruction? Okay, he's just being his usual self. Me calm. If only I'd noticed sooner, Ibuki might have been saved. Hey, when did you realize Ibuki was missing? After leaving Nagito's room, I went to the on-call room, and that's when it came to me. That I should go check on how everyone in the hospital is doing one more time before I go to sleep. And so, I went to the patient rooms and noticed that Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital. So that's what happened. And then I saw Fuyuhiko in front of the hospital, so I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. Huh? That reminds me, where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby. That is a long story. Wow, I'm sorry, it's not like I doubt you or anything. There's no way I doubt you, because we've been together since this morning. You're right, we were together until you went to the on-call room. Yeah, we woke up with you strangling us. That's right, we were together until just a little before the morning Monokuma announcement. So I don't doubt you, I'm telling the truth. Is it alright if I continue with my autopsy? If you talk to me again later, I'll tell you what I know. Please, spare my life at least. What happened to not doubting me? Guards count. Sonia.
Something like this.
It has happened once again. 2 of my cherished friends died at the same time. I cannot believe it.
How cruel.
This is the place where Ibuki sang for Fuyuhiko. Hyoko looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. And now those 2 are no longer here. Ah, such a tragedy. I understand how you feel, but please get a hold of yourself. 2 of our friends were killed. That's all the more reason why we can't just leave this alone, right?
So just as I thought.
We must do this then, for the sake of the 2 who have fallen. Correct. Storage room, yep. This door that says staff only looks like the inside is a storage room. Might as well investigate in here too. I don't think we've been in here before. Oh, god damn it. Why are you in here? Nagito, did you come here to investigate the storage room too? I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it? Or was you trying to stand guard here?
Hey,
So how about it? Did you find any clues? I just entered. The tipped over stepladder on the stage, the duct tape binding Hyoko, that probably all came from the storage room. There might be other things from the storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hits, but in the end, you're just going to be on the killer's side, right? Aw, I'm not siding with the killer, you know. I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it.
but...
That's the main reason why this case is really special.
Man,
But I can't say for certain, though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
By the way, Hajime, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
Hey, if you can explain it to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. Really, you might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth. You just want to make us suffer.
How mean.
That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh, well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'd gladly become the enemy, and I won't even mind if when I die.
Damn it.
That's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time. Huh? What does that mean? Regardless, I guess you're not going to tell me, huh? Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings?
Hey,
You should come by later too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theater. After he said that, Nagito walked out of my sight. Movie theater. Why the sudden interest in the movie theater? There are a lot of stickers with the venue's logo placed here. Looks like they made a bunch of them and had too many left over. It feels somewhat depressing. Huh, compared to last time, it feels like there were less stickers than before. Why am I thinking this? I don't remember being in here before. You see your whole body in this huge full-length mirror. It's what you use for checking costumes. With a mirror this big, it'd be easy to check how you look. It's got different musical instruments lined up here. Yeah, you've got guitars, a banjo, small guitar, whatever that other thing is. I know about guitars and drums, but there are also instruments and machines that I've never seen before. But they don't know where they pertain to the case. Well, you telling me this wasn't the banjo slaying of 68? There's carpeting, wallpaper, and paint on the shelf. That's what we use for stage decorations. This thick black paper that's folded up on the floor of the shelf, it looks like the wallpaper. There are a lot of stickers pasted all over the front side of this wallpaper. And this edge of the wallpaper. It looks a little torn, but what does this mean? That's probably the piece we found before. I guess there's everything important in this storage room. Let's go back to the music venue. I do believe that's probably everything we can do for now in here. Alright, for this we might be close to finished investigating the music venue. I still need to talk to Mika, and I need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her. Is she finished already with them? Just adjusting myself in my chair. Trying to get comfortable. There we go. How about it, Mika? Have you found out anything by now? To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive.
You got it wrong!
Well, it's not my fault. This music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death. Because of the heat? Is that possible? Yes. If a body is overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine a precise time of death. I see, that might be the killer's goal. They cover up their time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird.
But...
Even if this heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death? I agree. As long as I saw it, it should be clear what order the murders occurred. Well, let's just throw us off with Hyoko's murder. First was Ibuki, then Hyoko. And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistake in the order of the murders. Oh, imitation murder?
Huh?
You don't know Hyajime? I thought everyone already knew.
See?
It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work, like a song or a film, as an outline for their killings. It's so common in detective novels, mangas, and video games that you start to get annoyed by it. Technically, mangas is grammatically incorrect. There's no plurals in Japanese. How would an imitation murder be related to this murder? Well, based on the killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie. That movie?
Good instinct.
The assumption is, an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed two people. The girl was an imitation killer. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this is really an imitation of that movie, then is it possible that one more person might have been killed?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If the killer was just to complete the imitation... Hold on a sec! What are you all talking about? An imitation murder? One more person might have been killed? Are you guys worried there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries. Things will get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm a real cautious fellow, so I prepared a perfect countermeasure. On this killing school trip, the same Blacken can only kill a maximum of 2 people. By the 3rd game, he's like, fuck it, kill as many as you want, I don't care. I mean, you've added another rule. Yeah, he does add a lot.
Yep.
Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the Blacken would be able to secure an easy victory, right? This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it. Pardon me, into your tiny brains. If it is a maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings. What you hear, anyway. Can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see. As expected of you, you're very strict about games.
Perhaps.
I don't want to consider this a possibility at all. I don't even want to think someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers? Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time, but we can only vote for 1 person, right?
I am concerned.
If we can only choose 1 based on a majority vote, the other person would certainly achieve victory.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right!
See?
So what happens in that case? What about a case where there's 3 incidents instead of 2, or if 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence!
Shut up! Okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
Hey.
Meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right?
Wow.
I
I don't like this.
Alright, fine, that's right. There's always one killer at any given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is. Man, ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and go back to my cave. Oh yeah, totally, yeah. I see, so there's no possibility for two killers to exist at the same time. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep.
Yep, that makes things a little easier.
Fine.
Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people, it means a third victim would be impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough! You guys keep saying that, it sounds strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation? Could it be you haven't seen it? Seen it? Seriously, seen what?
So...
Like I said, that movie. What movie? When we first explored this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. And then the invitation is...
Good instinct.
Of course, it's an imitation of that movie.
Well?
Based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if they were copying it. As if they copied the movie? Let's see, Nagato mentioned something about that. Then it can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my own gut feelings. Gut feelings? You should come by later too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theater. You see, so you haven't seen it. Still, it's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you watch that movie before the class trial starts. Looks like I need to do that. This movie that was so bad that I'm in $1 million yen debt? Then I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital, for sure. The first victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what was going on at the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we could not go there for some time. She's right, it might be good for me to investigate the hospital too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. The clues are related to Yoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. There's still a lot of things I can do before the class trial. I'll definitely give it my all until then. To the theatre! Also, how's my little Tamagotchi thingy going? Yeah, he's fine. How far? 1700, 1742 technically. I'm sure you could just, like, you know, hold right and run around forever until you eventually get that. You could do that probably right at the start, but I don't care that much about the little pet creature. Here we are. Oh yay,
Hello
Nagato.
there.
Why hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? That case this time is an imitation case, in which the killer used that movie as their theme. I haven't seen it. I wouldn't know, I haven't watched that movie yet.
I see.
I see. Then you really should watch this movie first.
Hey!
Hey, manager, a customer's here.
Did you call me?
Yes, did you call me?
What?
Huh? Hajime's the customer. Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what Tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're really a tough guy. You were so devoted to being Tsundere, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
Huh?
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagato? Stop it. My resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker. See? It's this one! I'm sorry I was born stupid. I want one of those. You bought this for $1.5 million? But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Yeah, does that cancel my debt? Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here!
Okay, here you go. Oh god, the Wizard of Monami in 2.5D. It already says so on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today, this time. By the way, I can only give away one ticket per person. You only have one chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date onto the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it.
Then I'll go
okay?
prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey,
Ah, Hajime. About that invitation ticket. I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Huh? Why? No reason. Just think of it as a protective charm. Okay. For the Wizard of Monami. So just wait until Monokuma finishes his preparations.
No.
Hold on, I'm still in the middle of preparing. Don't rush, don't rush.
Are you sure?
Hasty boys get hated, you know? They might even get hated by boy bears too, you know? Give me all you want.
I don't believe it!
You came all this way not to watch it? Your tsundere knows no limits.
Phew.
It's just like me to make Hajime so prickly. I might be hiding a past where I was once known as a prima donna of the mascot world. Definitely weren't told that.
Hey!
That time you showed your dere side, you know? Come on, liven yourself up a little. So wait for a bit, okay? He's gonna talk to fucking Nagito.
impossible.
Hajime, I can't believe you bought that thing. And you paid $1.5 million for it too. But even you said you should have just settled it with money to get out of seeing that movie. You're right, but that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know? Just leave me alone. Can I get popcorn? It's a food shop. All the things like popcorn, sandwiches, and drinks are all arranged here. I think this pertains to the incident at all. What? I don't and there's this poster. It's a video game poster. Looks interesting. I'm pretty sure there's Ultra Spare Goods. What do I do? Oh, right, because of the hemp bag. That reminds me, that item should be on top of the counter. This one looks like a tote bag made of hemp cloth with a decal of Monami's face on it. Ah, did that catch your eye? It's an all-purpose tote bag useful for a variety of common tasks. It's a limited item. Only one per person can have it. If the tote bag is gone, that means...
What's this?
Whoa there, were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
Well, that's too bad. It's already sold out. Who'd you sell it to?
You're so
Stupid! There's no way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd say something that would reveal who the killer is. So the killer bought it.
Shocking.
Ah! I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right? It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off.
well now.
Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
Now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
This is exciting. Exciting! This will be a good chance for me to drink more Guinness. I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D will be screening shortly. From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this 2.5D. That sounds so half-assed.
Now then,
That's what this
please
game's
relax
style
and
is.
enjoy the film.
Okay.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates.
That just sounds like Japan.
One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise
Okay.
and was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died.
Right.
He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage.
Wrong.
So
The Tin Man
he
came
pumped her
second.
full of arrows.
Alright, so...
He also
sure
met a
what that is.
Monami
That's
Tin Man who was missing a heart. So Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron.
I'd say the arrows one is probably what Hyoko most
After a lot
resembled.
of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her.
Good for him.
With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury.
All hail King
And he
Monokuma.
lived happily ever after. The end.
Man, movies are the best. That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues. One for each hand.
So,
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial.
bye-bye.
I love Monokuma so much. I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe this situation. I find it fucking funny. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie? I don't think it's even long enough to be... not long enough to be a short film. I think a short film needs to be like 20 minutes. But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Actually, it might even be just 10 minutes. Yeah. Just like you said, the characters who were killed in the movie match the victims in this case. Ibuku's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too.
But
It would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Did they just not want to have someone get chopped up, because that might be a bit too graphic? Perhaps the killer is upset about that right now. Or, if the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure if that's even true. I don't know if there have actually been any imitation murders in real life. There have probably been some crimes, like some people who've attempted to do a crime based on what was shown in a film or a book or something. There have been crimes inspired by books. Of course, the shooting of John Lennon was inspired by Catcher in the Rye. Not inspired by, but his reading of it led him to do that. It's a cool situation. I just remembered, I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. Might be faster to just ask someone. Yeah, probably. Go on to meet with me.
So you have.
You're here, right? Come on out. Huh? Are you talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room was Hyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room! However, make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? That I am actually curious about as well. So probably this room, right? Oh, there we go. Looks like it's locked, but the key was inside a kimono. Maybe if I use this. It opened, just as I thought. This key was Hyoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. It's not the worst motel room. So, Hyoko was staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted. Oh, Sonia.
Oh my!
Huh, did the door open? Yeah, Hyoko put the key in a kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What, did something happen? No, it is just... I am starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault. What does she mean? Sonia, can you explain? The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right? However, her fears of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that time. And then, I saw it. Yoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Yoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. That Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue?
Yeah, but then she'd have to walk there with the kimono not done up.
If you do it while standing in front of a large
Unless you bring
mirror,
the mirror to
I am
her.
confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be.
Could it be Hyoko remembered that? I don't know, was there a little thing in the top left corner saying Hyoko will remember this? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone. And I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation. Nobody knew. If that's the case, how did the killer know Hyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. Maybe the murder of Hyoko was not intended, and it happened by accident. But, I don't know, I still think that Hyoko was killed much earlier than... Ibuki. Her name there. Sing. There's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. Oh, there's a Monokuma doll back there. There's no way anyone can use this. I don't see anything else that looks suspicious. There's no sign that someone had made a mess of her room, and I don't think she was forcefully abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh well. No, yep, no. There we go. For some reason the cursor likes to be pulled towards things you can interact with. The only other thing here is this bed. The bed isn't messed up. Well, she was abducted in her sleep. That seems to be everything. Store food, Hiko.
Damn right.
Hey Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It's the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging in the baton light. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys, but yeah, it was just me. I met up with Chiaki at this motel. And when we were about to go back to the music venue, we met up with Mikan and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door, and discovered Hyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey.
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? as I recall. Didn't you hear me? A body was found. Body? Yeah. Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies like Nagito in order to confuse us all? Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monami.
I see.
I see, so Kazuichi and Sonya didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two are suspicious?
Like...
Well, Yoko was killed, and to quote, what's his name from Scream, everyone's a suspect. Between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but... While we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what's going on and she said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well, yeah.
Actually, Fuyuhiko I trust. I don't think he's done anything with this. I don't think he would. While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well...
No, we went to the movie theater, and that street full of machines to look for Ibuki. But we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. I agree. The time that Mikan and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her around the pillow and ducked it. No, especially since she's short. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact is, Hiyoko was killed and we did discover her body.
Huh?
What, do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry, even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. Well, I don't know. I know one person who was in Japan who ended up being encased in concrete and she did nothing wrong. And it's just sad. I kept thinking about her in the first game because there was a character in that who had the same name as her and it was like, so every time he said her name, I'm like, oh god, I'm reminded of that murder. That's sad. Oh, these two are here.
Well?
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only really been a few days. I keep wanting to call him Leon, because he reminds me of Leon from the first one. Hey, you repaired that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yeah, so? I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
Right!
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man...
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors were only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey!
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue, and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it.
Huh?
However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. Yeah, you're right, you did work on that. Yes, you mentioned that. I might look at the camera because it might be a clue there. There's a surveillance camera unit on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue's surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
Hey Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
That's right!
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime. Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now. Was that not always there? But the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that, there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, A person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the stepladder, and without any hesitation, she climbed that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed that rope, and that's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something, because the screen went dark all of a sudden, and it wasn't displaying anything anymore. Could be that the person who killed her made her climb that and had it all happen, that hoping someone would see it? But that'd be very risky, unless they didn't plan for us to see it, but then why have the candle? And why not just get rid of the camera? Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. Yeah, we've all seen those Ring camera footages in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model. Ah, hold on!
Well?
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right? Yeah. You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try to stop her. But I didn't make any time. Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Yeah, but there's still Kyoko. Ibuki committed suicide. What do you think, Chiaki? Unless she killed Kyoko and then killed herself, but I don't know. There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so... Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily. Out. Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. Out. What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? Gee, what gave it away? Was it the pouting? I know what you're doing. Just saying stuff for me. Wait, what? Hang on a minute, what was that? Sorry. Oh, if I didn't swap cameras... Oh, okay, no, he's just saying. Right. I saw there's something about swapping cameras, and I thought he might have said something different. But, oh, Arcanine, hello.
Now then.
Whew, I'm finally getting back to my normal self. Aren't you meant to be watching the crime scene?
Alright!
Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. What? No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but... hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looks like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more than the empty rooms. Weren't any gowns?
Yo!
Yep, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. He's a unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing? Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross! Wearing clothes someone else is wearing is even grosser.
Like...
No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. It's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. Yeah! If she left in order to get a gown. Oh, okay. Where's your 2 stairs? I wish they'd port the PlayStation Resi 2 and 3 to PS5. They ported the first game. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Don't turn it on. Huh? Chiaki, are you there? If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What's fully exposed?
Hey.
Hey, Hajime. If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
Aww.
Oh, bummer. Troll fail. No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey, hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
Well?
I got it. Got what?
See?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. Yeah, blackout curtains. There's a projector in here, so they will probably be careful about light shining through.
See?
See? A black curtain that blocks out light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. A black light-blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. Yeah, they're called blackout curtains. So, is something wrong with it? Pout. I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. Do people actually pout like that? But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail. She was trying to troll us.
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you. Yep, she is definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? Because women. That's why. I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. I was going to say, I don't think there's anywhere else we can investigate, so now it's trial time.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know.
Yay.
So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
Alrighty then. It's already time. So, this again. I need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims, in order to find the truth. The only thing I can do is go. Okay, we're already here. Just before the last trial, I'm gonna go get myself another drink, but I'll wait till we get to then. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock. And soon enough...
Welcome!
Is everybody here? Do you guys want to go to the class trial?
Whoa!
Hey jerk, hold it right there.
Monomi's
What?
such a dumb
Don't get in my
child.
way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells. My brain works just fine.
Hey, hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? I see, so you've come to avenge him.
What?
Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like you say. Oops.
Anyway,
Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
bye-bye.
And now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hold on. I won't let you escape.
Hey, hey!
Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru's dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well,
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die. Why are you so excited about that? Why are you saying Nekomaru won't die? He
how
would
about
still
it?
die as well, would he not? Who knows, maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you yearn
What are you
for?
saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then, let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, you're right. Bring out the really odd animation for the escalator coming down. Because there is no animation there, but it really seems like there should be. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. It feels like there's meant to be more of an animation to that. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock... The elevator began its steep descent as usual, but nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. 4, 6, 8, 9 of us, okay. 10 counting Nekomaru when he isn't present. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place. My, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him in.
No!
Why bother?
That's...
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin. It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miura, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. And she was voiced by Millie. Well, the same voice as Millie. Yoko Sayonji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself. She wasn't doing a very good job. And she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. The person who killed those 2 is among us. Something. I definitely can't believe it. And whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. Most of the victims I've just noticed have been women. The only 2 males who have died are Byakuya and first guy, Teru Teru. That's why I must find out, no matter what cost. For our sake. For our friends' sake. For Ibuki and Hyoka's sake. And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes! Did I accidentally hit no? Anyway, I'm just gonna go get myself another drink and I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. It's also cooled down a lot from earlier. Go any further? I need a charge my control. Let me just do that. Speaking of Guinness, so I recently redid all of Assassin's Creed Valhalla just to platinum it again on the PS5. And I'm surprised with all the dumb side crap in there wasn't a mission in the island DLC where you go and, like, you know, help someone create Guinness. There's a mission in the main game where you help someone create Worcestershire sauce. I'm surprised they didn't just like, we'll have someone make Guinness 1,000 years before it began. Why not? Yeah, I'm just gonna double save in case I didn't. I did. Just want to again anyway. There's a dog barking. Sorry if that's coming through. Nothing I can do about that. Do I have any other skills? Silent massage. I have plenty of available points. Fuck it, why not? It's the only one I've got. I'm gonna buy some properly. It's not here. Why would I want to reduce my speed? You know what? I'm fine. I don't think that matter too much. Let's go. All rise for the Honorable Monokuma.
Let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
You've done 2 of these already, but we're going to explain it to you again. Even if you've already, even though we've also already played the first game.
Who done it? If you vote
I do find it a
correctly,
bit
then
weird
only
that they
the
still
Brackens will
explain
receive
at every
punishment.
single trial
If you
how
pick the wrong
it
person,
works, as if we don't remember. Maybe for the
I'll
first
punish
2 I can
everyone
understand it,
besides the
but by the
Brackens,
3rd one,
and that
there's no real
person will
reason for them
earn
to.
the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
Well, I'm glad someone said it.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone.
I don't know how people
I
make
don't really
Guinness.
get it
Stuff's
either.
great.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? What's wrong with that?
Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
That's an interesting way to look at that.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those 2 can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to
good.
explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the
I really
disparities.
hope in the 3rd game Hajime and Makoto
The
meet
hospital
up,
team
'cause that'd be
consisted
very
of
interesting.
Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident
I'm
happened.
gonna get more drunk because I don't have to read half this dialogue, so I'm just gonna be drinking more.
Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over
Drunk
to the
lawyer.
hospital, and after we confirmed his
I
recovery,
just want to like have like a fake business card, 60-second sage, alcohol lawyer.
I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on
Now,
their head,
I'm a bit
climbing a
confused
stepladder.
about something. I don't know if it's a coup or not. I don't think it is because I think we got a statement. Does Akane still have her gown?
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
Every time he talks, a piece of me dies.
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp
The
bag
reason
on
I'm
their
wondering
head was
about that
already
is, could
hanging
it
from the
be
ceiling.
perhaps that someone faked that footage? But they would have had to. But then they would have had to know that someone would have been there to watch it.
I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
I don't know. I think that might be a stretch.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
Which is a bit weird. I don't know why the others
I
didn't.
remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I
rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Why does she? Yes, I'm thinking of Kazuichi there as well. Like, why does she have to say various
Don't
ways?
say it like that and confuse
Yeah,
people.
it definitely sounds a bit odd.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person
Prostrate
wearing the
herself or something? If you don't know what prostration is, where you slam face first directly on the ground.
So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open.
If you've ever seen
Since we had no
it's
other
what
option, the four of us
Father
broke down the
Moses
door.
does, that's why his face is flat.
And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's.
Snooze,
And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
Hot Walls pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you.
I guess no one told him
very
yet
easily.
because I refused to.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who... Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true? Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now.
Sure you are.
And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much
That's
as
right,
you
it was
want
me,
right
Barry.
now, right?
I did it.
Lie? Why would I lie? Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you. Do you doubt me?
Yep, I took Ibuki from the hospital, carried her to there, put her head in a noose and hanged her.
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Just as Kazuichi said, Nagito is the kind of guy who will just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it! I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now, thanks to that. The monster fake. Probably the monitor video, but...
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Okay. I know what I need to do. I'm not the killer, there should be a contradiction somewhere. I need to find that and break through. I know what it is. It's
Hajime's
where he talks
testimony.
about the movie.
Hajime's... And the fact
Right at the
That
end.
would also...
I don't think I can. After all,
Why would Hajime...
Well, obviously...
Did Hajime kill both...
The fact that the bodies were imitating...
There we go.
No, that's wrong!
Break.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Yeah.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
You motherfucker!
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time.
4 AM. Wait a minute, was it fucking 4 AM? Oh, 10:04 AM.
Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
The fucking twat.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up?
I don't think
This isn't a
any
game,
character
you know?
has pissed me off more than Nagito. Which makes me love him. Because of how fucking much I hate him.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important.
I'd say who I hate more,
Especially
Naito or the
since this isn't a
Calypso
game.
twins from Borderlands 3, because they also piss me off. The difference is the Calypso twins made me want to kill them, which is why I liked them. Because they were so annoying that when I killed them I didn't have any remorse. Unlike Handsome Jack, who is actually redeemable in some cases.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable,
I think
let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Akane, you sound different.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
Is it just me, or does
If
she sound
Ibuki
different?
committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said
Maybe it's just
before,
we haven't heard her
it's
talk
pretty
as much.
clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone.
I still think Hiyoko died
So
much
all we
earlier.
gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
It's possible, but it's
That's
it'd
why
be
the killer
very
stalled for
hard.
time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
possible.
If
Yeah,
that's
you could
the
have been
case,
in the storage
only
room or
suspicious
behind the
people are
counter.
those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gonna be us?
The others all have alibis.
True. Gundam stayed at the motel.
Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were
You
laid
can
up in
always
the
ask
hospital,
Monami what
the
happened.
only person
because
that
Gundam
leaves
left
is one of
because
you.
she was at the motel.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Yeah, but he ain't here.
Hey, why are you talking like...
Is he pretending to be Nekomaru?
You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Every time I hear her, I just think of Nanali,
Please stop making bad jokes.
who's absolutely precious.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? Well, how would they bar the door and leave? Unless Ibuki did the murder and then hanged herself. What have we got? Motel room key, scrap of paper, stuff like that, some transparent bomb.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
I bet this might be one.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Just gotta play out
How
this
did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over. I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Okay, I'm not sure what I would amount to. The person of Mal contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove that by evidence. Something that contradicts, okay, so I need to counter.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
I don't know why I shot that.
Damn it!
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By
But
doing
the sounds
that,
that I need to
wait until we
contradict
get,
some.
and suddenly it...
So they look like I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Nope, I think I already did that. My only thought with that would be was we'd already
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us.
It seems they were trying.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor and...
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Okay, we shot that instead, I think. The broken drumstick was used to lock the door from the inside, right? But is that proof? I was not going to know if the door's really locked or not for you because I'm saying it.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like hit. I have seen this in serial
So as long as
crime
it's stuff at
dramas.
the start that I can. That person's from our country is true. I should be able to figure it out. I don't think that would have anything to do with it. Scrape a thick paper. A strange glove that was stuck to where both these venue doors touch each other.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broke?
You can use that as a... By doing that, the
I
wait
would have
until we
thought
get...
shooting
And
that
suddenly
would be,
it...
So they look like I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
But it has to be something locked from the inside, which doesn't make sense.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to
God damn
keep
it.
us from getting... It seems they were trying...
How did they lock the door? That door should not have.
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broke?
You can use that as a... By doing that, the wait until we get... And suddenly it...
So they look like I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Running out of time.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside.
Yeah, okay,
No,
what's
that's
up?
wrong.
Right, so that's why I shot that. I felt like that had to be the clue we need to break something with. It was his.
There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
Because yeah, if it was not from the inside, they'd have to be there still.
How? There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's
I don't know what it was. I'm just saying silicone because it's the one thing that comes to mind.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
What was a rubber door? That semi-transparent globe was probably, glue.
I see.
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm gel-like cheeriness. And
Why
I
did
could
she
smell
chew on it,
workshop
though?
chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
Because you can use silicone to, you know,
I
basically
didn't know
stick these
glue
together.
was edible.
It's not.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas
Although, you know,
where both
kids eat
doors
paste.
touched. By pouring it in the
Obviously,
gaps of the closed
it's a
door, it must
stereotype.
have sealed the venue door from the outside.
I don't know.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
And we did.
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
Which could mean that the drumstick was never in place there. They had just broken it and left the pieces
What'd you
there.
say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your
No,
stomach
you're
this time.
still
In a quarrel,
possible
both
people.
sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Thank you, Monami.
During the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
That I
Even
don't
quick
think is
work has
possible.
limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
Now you're just making yourself more suspicious, Mika.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Yes, that's what I believe.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music
Oh, it's
venue?
baton, not baton.
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap that was stuck in the baton lighting in the music venue. Now I should be able to figure out what it is. It's part of that cloth we have that was in the storeroom. Oh, fuck me. What was the ripped piece of paper that was stuck to the baton lighting? Fuck do I know? Oh, okay, that was right. Wallpaper. Nope, that's the wrong one. It's, I don't remember how I get rid of it. It's, there you go. Dang it. Dang it. No, it's the wrong button. There you go. Flash. Nothing I can do about that. Need L's. There we go. Hit the wrong button again. Dang it. There's too many letters. I need a P. Dang it. What do I do there? Ah! Ah! I'm panicking. Dang it. Aha! There's a P. There we go. Okay. Stop moving! Stop moving, stupid letters. Stay still. Right. Yeah, I need to go somewhere. Dang it. guitar. There we go. Wallpaper.
I got it!
Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music
I
venue storage
could
room,
not remember
there
what
should
that
have been
stuff
black
was wallpaper. I was
that's the
thinking
same
carpet for
color as
some
that
reason.
scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting, the tear in the wallpaper, see? It fits perfectly.
Wonderful.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
She could have been wrapped in it.
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
God,
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
can Monokuma just kill him for me? That scrap of paper stuck to the baton writing was part of that wallpaper. I found it in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? If I trace back in there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Oh god, have we done these before? Oh, this one, yep. How do I jump? Where can I see my controls? Move, accelerate, brake, and triangle. Okay. Question 1. Why did Hyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. Yep, that's right. Question 2. What's the killer used to hide a body? Oh, the wallpaper, I think. Yep. God, this reminds me a lot of Run 2. Question 3? Yep. How'd the killer hide a body with the wallpaper? Cover the pillar? Yep. There we go.
It's all coming together.
Complete.
got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's
There we are,
body,
we can see that.
Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
Alright,
The
we figured out the
baton
how,
lighting
and we
forms
just
a
need to figure out
perfect
the who
circle
and
around the
why.
pillar. So
Well, we
using
haven't
it to
quite
hang
figured
the
out the how,
wallpaper totally
but some of the
fits.
how.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body. and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake.
I think they stopped halfway through to like make a poster art such utterly satisfying as they peeled off the wallpaper.
And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the killer is very bold and risky.
But it would also change how we think the murder went down. It made us think
The crime itself would be much easier to
first.
pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but then they need to leave, and then they gotta like glue the door shut.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
Alright then.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard
Don't make
of
us watch it
Monami
again, please.
2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
What, do we have to pay royalties to you?
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
Moth or moss? Because that says moss, but it sounded like you said moth.
I don't eat moss balls.
She's
I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
no love for the Tin Man.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie. Although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
Tin Man was my favorite character.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer intimidated the two victims in that movie? To mix up the killing water?
I see!
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even
If you could hear my eyes roll.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes, explain it to the man with the 8th grader
Bigger
syndrome.
jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means
yeah.
when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
No fucking shite!
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before
That kind of reminds me of that news article thing where it said, like, you know, murdered suspect was alive hours before their death.
What? How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko
Which is a
was
very
killed.
weird thing to say.
How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
because she was doing
Now
something
he's just
that's
coming across
only
as
possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
Something only possible if your feet are on the floor. What the fuck could that be?
You're one to
Standing?
talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just going to talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Fucking know what she was doing. I'm guessing it's the blood on the
Hiyoko
soles of her
died.
shoes.
Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
It
Her feet were on the floor. Was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Consent!
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Nope.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Yep.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye! Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of land, Hajime Hinata.
Yeah, but shepherds also had a lot to do with
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
religion, so I think they can smell the land.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You'd better entertain me to the fullest.
He hurts my everyday. Alright, rebuttals with the knives. Rocks for hanging but a candle smudged on the bottom floor. It's probably the smudge, I imagine.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there.
Yep, okay, I know what I need.
Just about one can see a nice nightmare.
Yep, I know
You're
what I
saying
need.
the blood on Ibuki's feet... Ha!
Slice.
Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words!
Break!
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Actually...
Yes, I do.
That was a really bad way of trying to say
There's a streak
actually.
on the floor
The
where
fucking
blood was wiped away.
Bojack.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Akane sounds different, and it's really weird. I don't know if it's just
Hyoko's body was probably
me,
wrapped in duct tape to stop her
but
bleeding.
she sounds slightly different from other times we've heard her talk.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside.
Really? Do most people not know about like
with
the
Mikon's autopsy?
a body will stop bleeding once the heart stops pumping?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
To be fair, I guess maybe it might not be most knowledge. I learned of that from my oh god, what was it? It was some surgery
Death
game.
wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Yay, debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
He does this.
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
We still have to prove that. We know this just because of
The same
first
as
game.
always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Leave her alone!
Nagito, what do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
There is a way to fake a hanging. You have to have a... I think it's to do with how you have it knotted. You can be suspended, but you're not actually choking.
If she waited until Hajime left,
It's a parlor
that's when she
trick
could
of
have made her
sorts.
move and mess with the crime scene.
But I don't know if Ibuki would know that.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death,
It's also very difficult because even just being suspended there, even safely, it strangles you just because of how your lungs are. It's how
her
people
body would
died
have
from
been defenseless in
asphyxiation.
that state.
They died from
If
strangulation
anyone
because
touched
the way
her,
they were hanging
that alone would have
meant
ruined
that
her
their
plan.
lungs just couldn't draw in air.
I see. So that means... there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
Oh, I bet you're so excited about that.
What the heck? There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
That's what I'm thinking.
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
There's a lot of argument
that
whether
is
hypnotism
so.
is possible.
It seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was. So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
Nope. Doesn't appear to.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then the video Hajime saw was actually right?
Yes.
What time did Hajime see that video?
It was just before 7 AM, I believe. This was just before
I
Monokuma's
saw it at
announcement.
the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time? Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Make your argument. Okay.
We can
Well, I am going to just quickly go stretch my legs and I'll be back in a moment. Sorry. I was going to wait till we got to the, what's it called? The, like, recess moment of it, but I had to now, so I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I'm back now. Just got myself some water after
Good
having
to sick
dinner.
people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
Let's see what they say.
Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Most is supposed to happen before and during the announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time. Let me read what it comes up. Sonia and Mikan. Mikan says, up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. So until she went to the hospital to check on him and realized that Ibuki disappeared. She rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki. She found him medical. After Fuyuhiko met with Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They searched the movie theater and Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. Yoko was distraught because the curtain runner was disheveled and she was unable to decide her own. That's when Sonia apparently told her about the floating mirror and the flash storage.
You can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an
I think maybe
alibi.
we should Fuyuhiko.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Nope. You should have closed, right? That's what it was. So we get back up. Do something about that? Can we provide cover? Maybe I should have his account?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Account invitation tickets.
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel.
I think everyone.
So everyone who stayed. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
No? Really?
We can exclude the sick.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning, I was totally sleeping in.
I think everyone at the.
So everyone who stayed.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be.
That's not an
Aside from those afflicted by the. If nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Most of happened before and during the morning announcements. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time.
We can
Sonya
exclude the
doesn't.
sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel.
I think everyone.
So everyone who stayed. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed.
That's not.
Aside from those. If nobody has an alibi, then
Nope.
Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone.
The lady that Hajime saw at the hospital, she was a person dressed in a hospital wearing a handbag on her head as like the movie's invitation ticket. Once it was part of the purse, they was
Everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
Technically Fuyuhiko
And what about the
does
others?
Someone who doesn't have an alibi for that time. Mikan was with me, and then she went to the hospital. Then she met up with Fuyuhiko. Sonya, I think, might be one. But no, that's only the same option.
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed. What about you guys? I was where I was. But that's not.
Aside from those, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my...
I think everyone at the...
So everyone who stayed at... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to...
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by, if nobody has an alibi.
Oh.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi.
Yeah, because Mikon has one.
In fact, Mikon and I both have alibis.
There we go.
You
That's
two
what I
have
was like, thinking
alibis?
of with that. Okay, right.
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikon and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Oh boy, you're just gonna make them think all sorts of things now.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
Kazuichi, mind out of the gutter.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Too much info.
Yeah, you're not making it any better.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
Yes.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
Yes, well, for you guys.
But-
That means I'm fine.
Committing an imitation murder? Is that really all it was?
Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much. But that's how
Sure
I
you
feel.
do.
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Killer had a different reason. If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? This won't be the recess. Yep.
Hiya!
Why, hello there, mon ami. The moss balls sure look tasty today.
Stop it!
Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. Hawawa? What's that? Now then, mon ami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is going to give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then... I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Milk isn't sweet. Jeez, I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. Yes. Yes. Resume!
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
I do that. The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Does something like that even exist?
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so,
I'm just imagining the burrito.
I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too.
I would have liked if they did.
If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
Yes.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
I'm with Kazuichi on that.
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie.
It was all about killing someone and
About the
getting their
lion
way
that
to
got
live.
killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right?
Yes.
But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
It may not have been.
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
Oh.
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned.
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
That's what a lot of trolls are.
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Well, I know why. Why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Why Hyoko went to the music venue? That's key to all this. We'll find that out no matter the cost. Well, that's Sonia's statement will be that.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, we know that.
No,
That wasn't the
maybe.
case.
She went of her own free will.
Yes.
Or she was guided by the will of causality.
We need to find out why Hyoko went to the music venue first.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer
If that's not... Maybe she got a... No, maybe. She went of her own free...
There we go.
I agree with that.
I figure the key is probably the answer to that one.
It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
Yep.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Sonia, you can explain.
Yoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Kyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Kyoko
Yeah, but the
got
key was
abducted.
in her kimono.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't move.
Oh god, what's she doing?
Are you saying my gut was wrong? This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No! That's not the issue.
What is she getting mad about?
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Rebuttal. Okay, Sonia's account.
Kyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hyoko's room. Forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down!
Cross swords. Damn it.
Kyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hyoko's room. Forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
But
Advance.
Hyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
Advance.
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering Hyoko's spot. Her kimono was all messed up.
Bollocks.
Crap. Hold on. Try remembering her kimono. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer. That's the proof she was abducted, right? My gut is totally right after all. Hold on. Try remembering Hyoko's body. Her kimono was... There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer.
There we
Allow
go.
me to cut through those words.
Break.
The reason Hyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Kyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then, the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
Yep, that was all.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes.
Why?
Do whatever you want
Is that
to me.
always where you go, woman?
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Alright, mate, you're going in the cage now. Oh no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
I have no idea who would be at this
Kazuichi,
point.
it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake!
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Sure you have.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
Because you just
The
happen
only
to be
thing
there.
I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
Okay.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do?
Just kill
They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan.
Do you have any ideas?
Damn, you don't know the most important part.
The kill's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very close.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Oh god, I don't want to ask him.
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak?
No.
I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
I take it back. You're not allowed to speak. I
So
don't
what do
need your
you
help.
think? I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers.
Yeah, we know that.
So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Yeah.
Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it.
Someone
then.
hit him.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
Strange. It's very strange.
Strange? What's strange?
I see. It's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints, there's still an important clue left that we completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. Then why weren't there any footprints on the what? Is that butter?
I can prove it with this! If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
What are you talking about? There's blood right there, I can see it.
Do you notice such a small detail? How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
I hate him. What are you talking about? You were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Nagito Komeda, but definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it.
Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
That I am. So just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. And whether or not we can reach that hidden truth. It's all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
No good.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
There was some hidden clue in that video. I should have seen something strange as I watched it. I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one who actually saw that video. So I'm the only one who could do it. The hanging video that I saw, based on everything we know from the debate thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange. What did she hang herself with? Based on what I saw in the video, I don't think that was suspicious. Probably the bag, I'd still say. The hemp bag that was covering her face, based on what I saw in the video.
Damn it!
Black curtain in the background, huh? Based on the video alone, I don't really know if the curtain's suspicious or not.
Here!
Oh.
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
What?
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier.
Is it a different type of stepladder?
It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. The stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance.
Couldn't be.
If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Maybe.
Are you saying there were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue. What do you mean?
I don't know.
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I... That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills.
Sure it has.
Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
Yeah, me playing games made me great at deduction, not a fucking idiot or anything. The stepladder isn't the only thing that's different, though. Jockey said that the stepladder was a different placement. In this case, I think the difference between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing, the place where the killer did something. Aha! F is correct. Grab the thing. Ah, F. I is correct. Aha! F is correct. The L is correct. No, not that. There we go.
I got it!
That's right. Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor's supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
I'm not sure if they filmed that video with the music videos or somewhere else. What did the killer do to that surveillance camera unit? He just moved it, probably. I was gonna say, not gonna die, I was gonna say, it's another fucking Hangman's bit. Right, question one. Which part of the surveillance camera unit did the killer tamper with? Both. Nope. It's just the camera. Oh, what? Really? I fell off there? Oh. Alright, there we go. Did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue or the hospital? The music venue. Oh, good. Question 3. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue? They took it with. And I think they did it in the conference room. But there's also blackout curtains.
It's all coming together! That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hiyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier.
Oh,
on
sorry,
all
I
of
was a
us.
bit more preoccupied with the hanged woman.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
That's true, but in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
They smashed it. Destroyed it.
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit
Yeah,
from
give
the
him credit, he
hospital
managed
to
to
the
do well.
motel.
fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Which means even if it was filmed in one place, as long as it was transmitting to the hospital, the range would be pretty limited. If that's the case, where was the video filmed to make it look like it was filmed at the music venue? The only possibility is that place inside that building. Yeah, the conference room. It's a hangman's thing. Bloody hell. Conference room. I need to see. Another scene. Nope, 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 nope. Go.
I got it!
Conference room.
Possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? Conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
Or do they?
Exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
Made the conference room look like the music venue, the killer went ahead and did some work. Got to make clear what that work was. Probably the curtain.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Both.
Or did they make some kind of set?
No?
Damn it! There's no way the and the music venue.
Which place was in? Did the conference room look, or did the music venue?
Or did they make some kind?
They might have tampered with the camera.
I still can't believe he mixed up the filming locations. Hajime, you're pretty stupid.
Fuck you. What about the hospital conference room resemble the music venue?
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Yeah, it was technically the conference room had blackout curtains, so they took them and put them in the music venue.
What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain.
Remember that so bless
But after
the
the incident,
NPCs there did.
it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Hanami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid.
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like a conference room? In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, It is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage.
How convenient.
So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense to mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Something else the killer did to make the music venue look like the conference room. I would imagine the candle?
I can prove it with this. You're referring to the candle in the music video, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. If you think about it, it's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
But what would be the purpose
That
of
might
that?
have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
They probably could have taken a look at it and
That
seen if
candle
there was
was
any
likely
wax
placed there
used.
just to make me think it was the
Like if
same
it had
candle that
melted or
was used
dripped
in the
any
video.
wax.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect.
Mm-hmm.
With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
Because it's not a movie, it's up
As
there.
long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is the site. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
Mm-hmm.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime.
Why?
You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime, it's occurring in the conference room.
I feel like I've heard Bayside Cops say that before, but isn't it the other way around?
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No.
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
That video was filmed at the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue. Which means there was a fake somewhere. That must have been... the Ibuki in the conference room. Maybe it was Mikan.
The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
So that's what happened. Then no matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. At that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. And the one who set a trap for me was...
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video. There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
That's right, I should already know. I should have already known who the killer is. I'm thinking it might be Mikan.
You're the only one!
I was right.
You're the
Mikan.
killer, aren't you?
Oh, there we go, he's saying.
What are you talking about?
like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hiyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones.
Yeah.
Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Probably.
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
Shouldn't you get some rest already? You should be exhausted from nursing without any sleep, right? Then if you insist, I will use the on-call room upstairs. You must be mentally exhausted, so it's better if you relax in the lobby instead.
At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music video. And showed that to me.
And it would be the only way they could do it, where they'd know that someone was there.
Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Kane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please, wait a second! What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
Do you have anything that proves you
It's
didn't
not
do it?
literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
Just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
How rude!
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible.
It could just all be an
for me
act,
to kill
this whole,
someone.
you know,
I'm serious.
the way she's acting.
Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
Everyone's ganging up on me. Oh, she's just got some crocodile tears. Tricks aside, logic aside, is she really capable of doing something like this? Could it be I'm the one making a mistake? No, in fact, it'd be so much easier if I was wrong. If I have this much doubt about someone I've spent so much time with...
Can you hold on a minute?
Huh?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like this.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
Huh?
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
Yeah,
You
gotta
better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
Actually, this is a game.
Please don't say such controversial statements. Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Hey, that's a huge deal!
A decisive clue. Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope
So, yeah,
Ruby
rope.
was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
It is.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loopy Buki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope
what's
being
he getting
frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The
Ah,
killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
God, I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along. What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
so this won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place.
Not everyone cooperates in a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
God, he angers me.
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Nagito's words containing a decisive clue. Is that really true?
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
No.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know.
Yes. But whether they
Obviously,
were
we'd
hanged
assume it was a
afterwards.
hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame.
Buki's true cause of death was strangulation. That fact is decisive proof that he was killed. Is that true?
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars...
Let's see what it says about them. We're pursuing that hanging according to Mika. So because of whose death was hanging himself in the throat. Ah!
they leave would look different too. Scars? You mean the...
But we believed it was. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Yes, Mika.
That must be it.
Consent!
So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right? Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself. I see. I see, so Ibuki died by hanging himself.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling just by looking.
She's not a homicide,
The ultimate nurse.
She just do autopsies normally, so... And again, just a nurse, she's not a coroner.
First of all, I'm not
Exactly.
a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that. That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
You are right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between
I don't know,
hanging
maybe they
and
can, I'm not...
strangulation.
I don't know for
I'm not
certain if
taking
they
her side
could.
or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her.
Oh.
It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? Because she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
Maybe.
All wrong.
She might not be.
Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you. I just can't forgive this crime at all.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
I see. You guys are kind. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can
I don't know
do
if it's
is back
kind, it's
off,
more thorough.
I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer. There's no way I'm capable of killing someone.
Is that really true?
Stop it already! That's enough!
I can't stop! I don't want to do this either! Of course I don't want to do this! But I need to do this!
You doubt your friends?
Yes.
That's not it! I suspect them because I want to believe them!
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
I'm not surprised she doesn't.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Yeah, believe in the me that believes in me.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore.
Huh? Is that all you can say? Ah, so in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh? Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that. You hear me?
Jesus.
I'm done.
Hey, Mikan!
It's not fair. It's not fair. 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 Why won't you forgive me? If you did something, you'd forgive yourself right away. What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Well, you killed 2 people, that's what you
like
did.
this your strategy now? This is annoying. Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to it? That's the issue.
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some? The same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered 2 of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end.
Chiaki.
Hey, Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me.
Then who was it?
Can you prove it?
Prove it? Wait. Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? That's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room. Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital. That's totally crazy! I didn't do anything wrong!
Let's notice, Monomi's not swinging about this time.
Everybody always hates me! Please, just forgive me already!
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
I'm the killer!
Definitely unstable.
I never filmed that video!
It seems she finally started arguing for us.
Huh?
But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime.
Of course, leave everything up to me as always.
So, I'm going to leave this to you once again.
Could it be? Was this Chiaki's goal all along? She's saying everyone's fate depends on me. The only person who saw that video.
Why did you get to decide I'm the killer? Where's your proof? Please, forgive me already!
I need to make up my mind. I'm the one who has to do it. I'm the one who's going to finish this. Now it's one of these. Let me reread her account. Right until the medical announcement, one of the was the hospital at the time, which was me checking. I want to realize that it's completely true. This research from Buki, she apparently met up with Buki.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well.
I am.
You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Don't flinch, don't hesitate, don't run away. I'm gonna stop you.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was... Or could it be the hospital...
Ibuki and Mikan...
Is that really your... You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please for...
Hajime, pay you're the only
shoot
one who
this
can
one
point
without-
out the killer's mistake.
Berserk.
Damn it!
Well, robots.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already! Hajime, pay close attention. You're the only one who can point out the
Maybe I have
killer's
to grab
mistakes.
this. Because I forgot I've got to grab these things. Because there's that camera angle bit that's a bit odd.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could
It's
have
like,
filmed
that's the one thing that I don't know what I would have to
Is the handbag on
shoot
her head
with.
is the hospital gown she was wearing, or could it be the hospital slippers she had?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly...
Something we
Is
don't
that
have
really
evidence.
your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction.
That's what I'm thinking, like, that's the only thing that's a bit odd. Like, where's this camera angle come in?
Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
I guess it is really her then.
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is it true, Mikan? Did you...
Forgive me! Huh? 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 Huh?
What is she doing?
I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible.
Impossible.
You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead.
Okay.
Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
And that she
That
is.
tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
Yeah.
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know
Yeah,
that
but there was
bag
two
is
of
a
them.
limited item that was sold
Monokuma
at the
confirmed
movie
that. There was
theater?
technically two. The person got two.
Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think?
Nope.
That's why that video isn't fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
No. Long time no see. Well, not really. It's time for the third panic talk action. It's probably going to be our last job during a class trial. Please humor me while I taint your ears one last time. Starting from this PTA, the reload and ammo features will be added. Aha! You'll no longer be able to make do with just the X button, below the tempo marker in the lower portion of the screen, the number of bullets displayed. Need one bullet to destroy one remark, and a bullet should be able to destroy the remarks no matter how much you manage the X button. Push bullets, press square. normal square button type. Tempo marker, same CS button. Master markers, yep. Not always refresh space and always tempo. Get the timing wrong when you press square button, always want to refresh, so please be careful. And will be completely refreshed and will not run out during queue time. Good. True despair? What? Oh, good luck, man.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item!
How do you know that?
That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Yeah.
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
At this rate, we're not getting anywhere. I gotta do something and end this. I gotta do something so I can make her admit it.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand?
Get the tempo.
Can you
Good run.
forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
Bonus prize?
This is the end!
Here we go.
Monokuma mentioned this earlier.
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to make customers with bonus prizes.
Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize. Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
Because you're a murderer.
It seems your desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Nikon, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left, please just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
Closing argument. Alright. Yep. There we go. Nope. Nope, okay. Oh, I fucked up. That's fine. Yep.
We will never give up!
I didn't realize I had so low health. In. already tried that. What is it? What I saw in the model, not that. Probably that one. Okay, it's that. Right. It's a very short one, not many options to it.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Mikon this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music video. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music video. So I... But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time, when in fact, the crime had already been committed by them. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper,
So it's a
or have
pillar
Hyoko's
wrapped
body
in
hidden
stuff.
inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikon? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
Not what I expected.
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
I dare say she's gone off the deep end.
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you. This feeling of despair!
Do I need to put her in the cage?
Mikon, you... What has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
What do you want? Hey, we got a bee. Cool.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong
We already know
one?
it's Mika, so...
Let's go!
Mikan. All rise.
Well now.
Now then, though it may be obvious at this point,
Correct!
you got it right once again. That's like 3 in a row. That's right, the true identity of the horrifying blackened who killed 2 girls was Mikan Tsukumi.
Damn it.
You gotta be shitting me. Are you saying Mikan, the one who nursed us back to health, was the one who killed them?
I won't forgive you.
Don't joke around with me, Mikan. Did you lie to us all along? Were you planning to kill them from the start while you were nursing them? Don't just laugh. Say something. This is going nowhere.
What's going on?
This chick.
Hey.
This is nothing like Pekka. She's actually gone mental.
That's obvious.
There's nothing we can do. She's no longer the same person. She's no longer the Mikan Tsumuki we knew. Huh?
Hey,
Based on my predictions, she might have caught it too. She probably had the despair disease, which was the motive for this case.
What?
Mikan too, you say?
I
know, because I was looking at Mikan for so long. She was the one taking care of me, after all. My consciousness kept drifting. But even so, when I did catch a glimpse of her, her expression was full of despair. A despair so devoid of hope that not even a single fragment of it remained. Hold on. Did you say Mikan also had the despair disease? Then that means she was...
What?
Huh? Hajime? Has something crossed your mind? My body's heavy. No, not just heavy. It's somewhat soft, and really hot. That's right. Mikan felt really hot at that time. Now that I think about it, that must have been a high fever, just like what Ibuki and Akane had.
It cannot be.
Then, because of that disease, Mikan was...
Perhaps?
The symptoms that she surely must have felt... The symptoms that she surely felt must have been deserving of the name despair disease. Losing all hope and harboring despair for all hope. Because of the despair disease, she was likely overcome with despair.
See?
That's the reason why she could still laugh in such a hopeless situation.
Jeez.
Which means the Mikan standing before us is no longer the ultimate nurse. She is a completely different person now that she's infected by the despair disease.
Isn't that right?
She's a human who deserves to be called the ultimate despair. Ultimate despair? That's the reason why I cannot forgive this. I mean, killing someone for the sake of despair instead of for the sake of hope.
Possible.
There's no way I can forgive that.
Oh?
For the sake of despair? That's completely wrong.
Huh?
Wrong? Wrong? What's wrong?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
Huh?
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 Who are you talking about? If only they were still alive, they'd be so happy. I know. It's plain, sorry about that.
My beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one.
Her face is concerning.
Never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me.
Oh.
They gave me value.
Who was it?
They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full.
The plane was low enough it woke up the cat.
This is my reciprocation.
Right there, Nugget. You're jumping down here. You're gonna go up to me now, aren't you? No, you're gonna go hide. I understand that I've done something unforgivable. But you know, to transcend all that is truly
It's love.
what love is all about.
Hey,
I don't understand what you're saying. You don't understand? Is it because you don't have anyone to love? Is it because you're also someone who isn't accepted by anyone? What a pity. I feel sorry for you.
Well,
Even if I say this, I'm sure nobody here would understand, but love is a wonderful thing. This feeling of freedom, where you no longer care about anything. My beloved and I are the only ones within that thin veil, and I'm just looking out through it. That's why, as long as I'm on the inside, no matter how much they tease me, splash me with water, kick me,
how amazing.
it's like nothing matters. I could just die. That's how little it matters. Who cares about hope or despair? It's love. Only love.
Could it be?
Nagato, is this really the despair disease you were talking about?
this is...
It seems that I was wrong. Not only was she affected by despair, you were half right. It's right to say that this is all thanks to that disease. Because thanks to that disease, I was able to remember my beloved. Remember? Apparently that's what my symptom was. What a wonderful symptom. Which means you had the remembrance disease? But if this means you remembered something and ended up like this...
Such despair.
Are you saying you were like this from the start? Were you like this before you even came to this island? Don't get so angry. Well, first of all, the reason I became like this wasn't my fault. It was all your fault, you know? Because it's not like I'm entirely responsible for turning out like this. I'm the person I am today because of many human relationships. So it's everybody's fault that I turned out like this, you see? Even so, the current me was most strongly influenced by my beloved's existence. And it was also my beloved who created me. Who created the me that everyone can't forgive. But my beloved still forgives me and still accepts me. That is the key difference between all of you and my beloved.
Don't fuck with me!
Like I said, who the fuck are you talking about? Are you saying this is Mikan? She's the real Mikan? Hang on a second. I think there might be some airshow or something. Thankfully we're nearly finished anyway, so... You ended up like this, all because you remembered? There's no way I can believe that. There's no way the person you are right now is the real Mikan. Oh, you still doubt me? Then, to prove I remember, I'll tell you all something nice. It's about the World Ender organization that you all were worrying about.
You serious?
You know? Not know, I just remembered, that's all. I knew about it all along, how that horrifying organization known as World Ender is also the organization known as the Future Foundation. Future Foundation? Future. That's right, that symbol in the ancient ruin store. That's right. It was the Japanese word for future, mirai.
Hey,
Just what is the Future Foundation? What are they planning? As the name suggests, that organization is the World Ender. The Future Foundation is trying to end our world. To put it simply, they're trying to claim the world for themselves.
this is bad.
What the heck? This isn't a comic book, you know. As part of their plan to end the world, the Future Foundation brought us to this island. Isn't that right, mon ami? Huh? I knew it. Mon ami, Monokuma, they're both members of that crazy organization, aren't they? Mon ami and I aren't members.
I am Monokuma!
My existence is entirely my own.
Hey,
Don't laugh. Hey, Mikan, if you really do remember, then you already know, right? You know the true identity of the traitor hiding among us. Haha, of course I know that. Let's see. The Future Foundation lackey that's hiding among them all is...
Oh?
Oh well, no one really cares about that, don't you think?
of course not.
Oh, hell no! We'll find out eventually, so there's no need to be so impatient. Probably when that countdown ends. Countdown? You even know about that?
Oh?
I don't know anything. Huh? I have a feeling that's what it is, but who cares about that, you know? I'm drowning in so much love. From the bottom of my heart, I just don't care about anyone or anything.
That is...
Mika, is this really you? I won't believe it. There's no way I can believe you were like this all along. Because if that's true, then who's the person we've been spending time with up until now? The past. Past? That person. She didn't exist in the beginning. She's just my past self who lost her school memories. You guys considered that thing a friend?
Oh?
That doesn't make me happy at all. It just fills me with despair. You guys accepted my past self, but not my present self. That's... well, that applies to you as well. To you all as well. Memories of people, memories of events, whatever memory it is, losing memories are...
Do you understand?
like losing your personal identity. Memory is the most important component in building a person, don't you think? Losing our memories makes us shadows of the past. Don't you think?
Hey,
I don't know what you're trying to say, but... in the end, it always leads back to that story. A story about our stolen school lives.
hey, hey!
So it was true all along. Our memories were taken away.
Damn it!
If it wasn't true, we wouldn't be suffering this much. Well, why don't you just take your sweet time and remember at your own pace?
Oh?
Oh, Monokuma! Is it alright for you to start now?
Yes, indeed!
Punishment time? Damn it, why? Mikan, why does it have to end like this? This is too pointless. This is too much.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
So it's over. It's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me. I can finally see them. Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Let's give it everything we've got!
Who is she
It's
talking about? That's what I
punishment
wanna know.
time!
Alright, what's gonna happen to her? She is in a hospital bed. That's a big needle! Bye bye ouchies. You missed. What the fuck? What? Oh. She's on a large fist. Well, that's, I want someone to do some Freudian analysis on all that. What the fuck happened there? It's finished. Is it really finished? The killer who killed Ibuki Miyoda and Hiyoko Sayonji was Mikan Sumuki, and she's been executed. She apparently committed a crime because she was afflicted by the despair disease. So what? What's finished? Nobody wanted it to end this way.
Let me ask.
Who was that Mika from earlier? Was that her true form? Or is that itself a symptom of the despair disease?
Damn it.
Doesn't matter either way. If she ended up like that just from remembering, then all along Mika was never worth being a symbol of hope.
But...
Even if her words were influenced by the despair disease. If the disease turned her into that, if she lost herself to a simple disease, she was definitely unworthy of being a symbol of hope.
Isn't that right?
So, let's just move on. Come on, let's take all this despair and change it into hope.
Please wait!
That is impossible. I mean, I thought we were friends this whole time, but even so... Like a house of cards collapsing in an instant. In the end, our friend we thought we knew ended up showing us a completely different side of herself. Then she vanished from our sight, leaving behind only her malice towards us. And now, there's no way we can just move on or try to have a clear-cut attitude about these feelings. That's clearly impossible.
Damn it!
It would have been so much easier if she was the traitor too.
Wrong.
Too bad, that's not the case. Mikan was not the traitor.
Come on.
The traitor is still alive. As proof, see how fine Monomi looks right now. I'm not fine at all.
Hmm?
But if the traitor died, you wouldn't be this calm, right? I mean, you're both pawns of the Future Foundation, so you guys are like two hearts beating as one, right?
You fiend.
What does that make you, fiend? You did say that you're different than Monomi.
Phew.
Who cares about who I am? More important, I'm tired, and I'm hungry. The drama just keeps going and going. I didn't even have time to eat my black bean right eye during the break. Your right eye is made out of black beans?
Hey!
Wait, now's not the time to focus on that. What are you trying to say?
Hey,
You know, isn't it said that life has its ups and downs? It's fun because downs come after ups. But if life was full of downs, wouldn't it get boring? So, in order to help you guys feel better, I prepared a special event. Special event? Head over to the First Island's beach. An old friend will be waiting there. Old friend?
Huh?
Could it be Nekomaru?
Hey!
Is it? It is, isn't it? Nekomaru was safe after all. Safe. How should I say this? I knew it. I knew that crazy bastard Nekomaru would come back to us in one piece. Awesome. We're starting to see the light of hope. The light of hope. I am happy Nekomaru is returning to us, but I...
So just as I thought.
3 of our friends just died, so I honestly cannot be happy. Miss Sonia.
However...
Even so, I am still happy. If Nekomaru is safe, I am truly happy.
Fine.
If you are happy, you should honestly greet him with open arms. Perhaps those who have been taken from us would do the same if they still lived. Hey, Supreme Overlord of who gives a shit. That line doesn't suit you at all.
Silence.
I shall crush you into dust. Ibuki, Yoko, Mikan, can you hear us? If you are unhappy, I apologize. However, please forgive me for right now. I want to warmly welcome Nekomaru when he returns to us. You don't have to worry, Sonia. I'm sure your feelings are reaching them.
Right?
Then let's all go greet Nekomaru. Let's make it grand, even for those who have died. God, she's crying again. No? What the heck? Do I still have the after effects of that disease? I don't get this at all. Arcane.
Alright!
Alrighty then, let's go. Yeah, you're right. Nekomaru's coming back. When we heard that, we were unable to contain our excitement as we jumped into the elevator.
Uh-oh.
Man, they just ran off without listening to what I had to say.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, they're so impatient. Didn't they learn to stick around until others have finished talking? But what does that mean?
Hey!
You're plotting something again, aren't you?
No way!
I'm not plotting anything. I was just trying to properly explain everything to them. Including Nekomaru's body. Huh? Nekomaru's body? It's their fault for not sticking around until I finish talking. So if something happens because of that, I bear no responsibility. What did you do to Nekomaru?
What's this?
What did I do? I just saved him, that's all. I mean, if I didn't do that, there's no way I could have saved someone who was that close to death. so it just couldn't be helped. Makes you think of Tigger's laugh. As soon as we exited the elevator, we started running. Hurry, to the beach on the first island! Alright, let's haul ass. Even though our minds were completely exhausted, strangely enough, our bodies felt light. Without stopping for anything, we kept right on running toward the beach on the first island. Where in the world is Nekomaru? Hey, Nekomaru, show yourself.
Listen!
We have come to pick you up. Please hurry up and come out of hiding. We raised our voices. We looked around the area. We raised our voices again. We looked around the area again. And so on and so forth. We kept looking for him. But...
Hey!
But what the hell, man? He's nowhere to be found.
Damn it!
Could it be... Did we get false info from Monokuma again? And that's when it happened. We heard a familiar voice echoing throughout the beach.
What happened? Were y'all looking for me?
Could it be?
That voice. With high hopes in our hearts, we turned toward the direction of the voice. And then, we saw something truly unbelievable.
Huh? What the?
See a cyborg.
Yo! I've kept you waiting. Hey, what's going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on? If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing!
Ah!
Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
Nice cyborg, nothing wrong with that, it's cool. Alright, the fucking orb dance again. Nine days left. Chapter 3, Trapped by the Ocean Scent. The end. Surviving students? 9.
Danganronpa.
What we get? Nurse's apron. Cool. Yes. Here we are. And that will be where we end for today. Let's jump to the main menu. Alright. So yeah, that's going to be it. Interesting to see what will happen. I think we've got about another 3 chapters. I think there's 6 chapters, just like the first game. Not sure exactly, but yeah. Tomorrow, as long as everything goes to plan, I'm able to, and I am able to stream tomorrow, we'll be doing some more Yakuza Kiwami. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.